Did you know the first car was electric, but oil changed everything? Oil and gas became the cheaper and more profitable choice for developed countries like the Middle East, US, and Canada. But this cheap fuel experiment spiraled into a global disaster, wrecking our planet. Therefore, some countries profited, while others were left cleaning up the mess. As Elon Musk even calls it, a failed experiment with humanity. Here's the reality. Battery tech existed over 100 years ago, but got sidelined. But why? Because fossil fuels were easier to profit from and offered geopolitical power. And now these same developed countries refuse to take responsibility. Therefore, developing small nations are now left to deal with the climate chaos. In 2017, the United States backed out of the Paris Climate Agreement, blaming economic concerns. But they are the biggest historical contributors to climate change. Therefore, they push the burden onto others while continuing to drill for more oil. Sounds familiar? The same pattern is happening in the Indian IT industry. Millions of Indians work in IT, building the tech backbone for foreign companies. But with AI on the rise, these jobs are at risk of being automated away. Therefore, countries that once relied on them might just cut and run. And the unemployment crisis? Well, they won't be sticking around to fix it. Just like oil, cheap human labor became the fuel of the global tech industry. But now with AI, it's becoming obsolete, a trend we're already seeing. Therefore, layoffs and reorganization are hitting service-based economies hard. And the corporations benefiting from this? They aren't sticking around to help. History tells us what happens when a resource is no longer profitable. Consider this. 80% of India's IT workforce, millions from Philippines and Malaysia, working in BPOs and other roles, supports overseas clients. But in 2023 alone, major reorganization drives led to massive layoffs. What happens when human skills are no longer the cheapest option? Therefore, AI systems are already replacing thousands, with more to come. Just like fossil fuels replaced EVs in the past. And the responsibility for this? Once more, developing nations will be left to face the fallout alone. The parallels between fossil fuels and IT labor are uncanny, don't you think? What happens when AI fully takes over the service industry? Drop a comment if this concerns you and think corporations and nations should be held accountable. And hey, if you're curious about these connections, hit that subscribe button and let us know if you would like to keep this discussion going and become future ready.